Hello and good morning, YouTube. My name is Vac. You're here at Mortytown TV, named after the Mortytown Locos, my alliance, and we're here to play some Marvel Strike Force. So it's pretty early in the morning. We're just getting fired up. I'm going to send a few alerts out, get things ready, and then we got a war to fight. Hopefully win, but I think we're pretty well behind today. I'm going to check it out. Yeah, we might have a difficulty catching up looking here, but we're going to give it a shot. I got a lot of attacks to use right now, so that's where we're going to start the morning. Let me just pull up the stream here and get a link going. All right. So, logging on in here. Let's first off have a look at the chatter from the night shift. It's kind of what I like to do to start the morning. So I'll go up to the last thing I had to say. All right. Post it up on your... Yeah, I like that. Oh, that's hilarious. Alright, so now let's have a look and see what the state of the war is. Well, let's grab these free orbs so we can start regenerating some more. Hate to see anything sitting around full, even though I don't ever get anything out of these orbs hardly that I need. You know, there's no sense in not accumulating those materials for future characters. So, going to the war, we're not quite full on energy yet, so there's no need to rush into that. We got half an hour left on the war and a lot of attacks to make, so we need to get started. Okay, so, because I didn't get to make as many attacks as I would have liked yesterday, so I've actually got 4 attacks that I can buy, 7 attacks total. It's actually going to be difficult to squeeze them all in. Okay, so right now what we need to do is bridge needs to be finished off. Somebody just got done attacking it. So he probably ate up some ultimates. I appreciate the effort, Smockin. And we're going to go ahead and clear it because we've got our Brotherhood still. And 344, it's not going to be an issue. So in we go. Let's get this bridge knocked out, shall we? Should put us right back into the fight. We'll still be a little behind, but if we can do some good this morning, then maybe we can at least make this competitive, if not win. So we'll grab our Brotherhood. I'm going to check our defense over here on the other screen. It kind of looks like they might have already dropped our armory, which they were close to it yesterday. Yep. In fact, they're working on me, it looks like. They're trying to take bridge, but they didn't finish the job, and they don't appear to be actively attacking me now or anywhere. So 960 may be all that they're going to score. So let's see if we can't do an alarm clock comeback here again, which is something we do pretty regularly. They always feel pretty good. Yeah, in fact, I think they must have gave up on bridge because I see some attacks on flight deck 3, and it looks like they might have gave up and started spreading some shit around. So we'll take out their bridge. Might be a tall order to take reactor. We might want to go straight to flight deck 2. But we really could use reactor if we want to win this. So, here we go. I just need to get to attacking as quickly as possible because I have a lot of attacks to get through in a half hour. So you always open up going at medic. I like to open against this team by disrupting Coulson because he's got all those buffs he puts on himself. Don't want to kill Coulson. You want to kill medic first. May not have a choice. He's going down so quick. Yeah, don't have a choice. But if we can get medic here, it won't matter. There we go. There we go. Making short work of these guys. It's what we need to do. We don't need to take 5 minutes per fight right now. We're in a rush. We might be auto-playing for speed by the end of this. Good morning to those of you joining me. What up to the Mortys? And if you're not a Morty and you found your way here via the YouTubes, then welcome. We're the Mortytown Locos. My name is Vac. And we're trying to win a war here in the last half hour. So let's take a good look at Reactor, because I haven't actually seen the room yet. So that puts us 120 out. So if we drop Reactor, we got it. If we went after Flight Deck 2, we would still be a little short. Not a lot short, but a little short. I think we need to go after Reactor. It's all or nothing, I believe, in this case. All right. Now back to it. All right, so strongest team on the board is this old school Defenders, Marvel Fenders, something like that. I don't know. Let's see what I got here. That's probably a good choice to throw my brawlers at, right? We'll see what they can do. I need to concurrently be seeing just what kind of good Baxos can do in here. All right, so brawlers. Let's see here. We're going to work on Iron Fist, obviously. He's their only heals. I'm gonna, aside from Miss Marvel's self-heal, but hopefully we can use Danvers here to kind of overpower him. There we go. This is enough of a punch down. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to handle this with a plum. So, yeah, let's strip that taunt off of her. Well, no. Strip the block. Thanks a lot. But I think she's going to go down pretty easily and probably won't get a chance. Matter of fact, I'm not going to give her a chance to self-heal. There we go. Now let's get JJ out of there since she's so close. We'll save all of her attacks for later. All right. Of course, Dee Dee dodges the big shot, but here comes another big shot. And now it's all over but the crying. I'm going to hit autoplay and see what I can do over here with Baxos. He's got a brawler team that can maybe take out another squad here. So we're going to go for maximum brawler synergy. Yeah. Hero Brawlers ×2. His is a different configuration. He uses Spider-Man and a few other things, but it's bad. It's not a bad team. It is a source of eternal disappointment to me, by the way, just how meh Spider-Man is in this game. He was great at first, but the power creep has taken him completely out of the conversation. And, yeah, it's regrettable. Alright, so this looks like some kind of a tech team over here. Alright, and that would make this Guardians the highest on the board now. Ooh, that was close. That was good, though. Alright, so who do we take in for a 260 Guardians? What do you think? Let's pull up our team list here. Put Baxos on autoplay and try to kind of just tend him a little bit. You know, I mean, I hate to use. How about our? Let's see here. We got enough attacks left to use all these guys. So we'll throw we'll throw our Guardians at their Guardians and see how we do. Okay. Hang on, Drax. Just hang on, Drax. All right. Of the two, I'd rather hit Drax than Groot. He's going to taunt more, and I'd like to get him out of the way before he self-heals. Since they don't have a healer in this particular configuration, so we can go ahead and take Drax out of the way. We'll heal up with Minerva. Definitely always want to do the, oh, that's right, we had 2 disrupteds. I probably should have gone and buff cleansed. It's one of the few times you want to use that. It's okay, so we can't taunt, just wasted that, but it'll be whatever. We got him down on 1 already, and Rocket's about to put the whammo on him. So, I'm going to see if I can use Baxos to finish off that team in that half-done symbiote team. We'll just go ahead and put these guys on autoplay since they're done. Everybody I got's a lot lower than those 3 characters, so they may not do as well as I hope, but we're gonna spend his energy and do what good we can. Trying to be efficient. We got 20 minutes left. I got a lot of attacks still to make on back. So next highest team, 287k. So now we're into my war energy. Next team is at 287k Asgard. So we're gonna clear that with my symbiotes. Baxos is holding up. He may kill one of these guys. I don't know about any more than that. Maybe 2. He may pull them all down. It's possible. Yeah, it's going pretty well. He's got Spider-Man down, almost Carnage. It's just going to be 5 versus Venom. I think he's going to make it. He's doing well. Okay, so symbiotes versus Asgard. I pretty much anybody versus Asgard. I like to start by focusing Thor. That hurt a lot, but my guys are going to recover. Let's see here. And then we'll take those and we'll spread them. That's a pretty good start. Spider-Man maybe is about to bite the bullet, but I think we'll be all right. And yeah, Baxos did pull that fight off, so with 1 more down. Oh, why you do me like that, Thor? Oh, I was hoping that'd take her down. But it put her in stealth and got her taunt off, so now we can go back to working Thor. Because Thor is the one that he's like the Ghost Rider of this team. He makes you pay if you kill his friends. And we just killed all his friends, but he's stunned, so he can't do shit about it. Suck it up, God of Thunder. Suck it up. Win some, lose some. Okay, so we still got a pretty full reactor here, but it's really just a matter of energy more so than teams, because these are not the hardest teams in the world. They're mostly around 200k. We should be able to take these. This is why we took down Barracks and Medbay. Okay, so Baxos is done. All right, so I'm going to pull chat back up, cover him up. All right, we got 3 attacks left with Vac, and 15 minutes left on the clock, so that's enough time to make these 3 attacks. But I don't think we have enough Mortys awake to get this done. So we're gonna come up short, looks like, but we're gonna score as many points as we can to try to add to that season total, and you know, we'll get them again next time. So at 263k, I got 3 attacks left, right? So these probably are the 3 teams I need to do, right there. Oh, you know, I could always, yeah, I got Black Order too, man. I'm thinking I might have screwed myself out of an attack yesterday when I let my energy fill up. I might have missed one. So we'll see. If I only get 11 attacks in this war, I mean, I'm still doing better than most, but that's less than my usual, and I screwed myself yesterday. I kept holding off because there was nothing good to attack, and then I ended up with my energy filling up. So, and then I often end up punching way the fuck down on teams right here at the end like this. So for this, for this team here, we're gonna go ahead and bring in power armor, I guess. Save the best 2 for last, and I don't know what's gonna be behind this shit. Alright, so we bury her up. Try to ability block Shuri. There we go. Boost the old speed bars. I like to go ahead and lay up with this opening shot. You don't want to use your big hitter, obviously. You want to save that until you get the offense up. So I like to just throw a basic attack at the tank or whoever's got the most hit points in the group, just to kind of soften them up for the AE barrage that's coming. Speaking of which, I want to position this where we're going to hit Black Panther. All right, now we go ahead and we buff the team up. We start throwing the AEs in. And then, boom, there you go. That's a strange little, you guys see that down there? It looked like an interdimensional portal was opening up. I mean, it didn't have a blue or an orange border, but, you know. Okay, so now then this, okay, here's the question. Which team do I put these last 2 attacks into? $10 minutes left, so we got time to make the attacks. We don't have a whole lot of time to wait and see what's going to open up. I don't think we're going to get this done. A few more Mortys than we might have, but not going to happen today. So then it's just really a matter of who's the best. You know, we definitely want to make sure we get 5 points in a win, and I think that's a given at this point. My instinct is just to always attack the strongest teams that I can to remove the roadblocks that the other Mortys can't, and make sure that we can keep the ball moving. And if that instinct robbed me out of an attack this war, I think that's regrettable. I don't think it's the tipping point or anything. I don't necessarily attribute the win to that or the loss to that, but it's regrettable. I need to watch that. I need to tighten up my play. Somebody needs to say, hey, Vac, get it together. Get your shit together, man. Get it all together. And I don't know, put it in a backpack. Maybe take it to the shit store. Store it in a shit museum. But get it together, man. Get it all together. So, okay, yeah, well then we got 3 people in, looks like right now. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this. I'm going to see if I can't one-tap this this Marauder. Well, that's an old school Brotherhood is what that is. So let's see, do I have a counter? I guess the best counter I've got is X-Men, because, she'll be able to take all the blinds on herself, she being Phoenix. So we'll go ahead, yeah, we got an X-Men and we got an Inhumans, so we'll save the Inhumans for last, the best for last, and we'll go ahead and I think X-Men can one-tap this team, and we'll get them off the board. Welcome. Good morning to those of you just joining us. My name's Vac. We're playing some Marvel Strike Force. Right now, the Mortytown Locos are trying to pull out an alarm clock win. We look like we might come up a little bit short, but you know what? That doesn't mean you shouldn't try, right? You always come up short if you don't try. So, yeah, we're gonna have to try to. We're not gonna be able to stealth anybody, but we can take all of those blinds and put them on Phoenix. It's one of the few counters to Magneto. And then we'll start working the team down because they're kind of one-hit wonders. They're going to throw their wombo combo at us. We're punching down enough that I don't think they're going to do that significant damage, especially now that I got Pyro off the board. So we're going to wear them down here. Phoenix is basically going to sit around for a turn or two, do nothing, but we don't need her. It's okay. If we're lucky, they'll focus her. Alright, so she doesn't want to use the ult because she's blinded. We'll just throw a basic out there to miss. Still building up charges on Storm. Snicked. It's going to kill me to the X-27 or whatever her name is. I'm not really familiar with the character from the comics, and I never saw Logan. But the fact that she's going to be so much more powerful than Wolverine is a fucking travesty. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad we're getting a powerful new character and all that. I'm glad the X-Force looks like it's going to be a really good team. But just the idea of Wolverine being some second-rate fucking brawler while this new character is going to be the hotness, that just seems so backwards to me, man. Really. Really. Logan's the original badass in the Marvel Universe, man. Nobody was as cool as that guy when I was growing up. Okay, so I got one attack left. I'm going to wait until we drop another. I got a few minutes to wait, so I'm going to wait and see if Nate and Spawn can knock out some of these teams, and we'll see what's behind them. If need be, I can clear that Hydra and free other people up. Are a lot of you waiting to get in there? Because I can clear that Hydra, but we just don't know what's behind them. Now we know what's behind them. 174 shield team. That's not that bad. So let's see what pops up over here in the other room. I still got 8 minutes, so there's plenty of time to make my last attack. With Inhumans, just realistically, with Inhumans, probably only going to need 3 minutes tops. Really doesn't matter who it is. Good man, Nate. Yeah, hell, if we keep at this like this, if y'all can get everything else, I can definitely get that Hydra team. But I want to see what's behind. Although we still haven't seen the 8th team on either side. I got a couple of minutes still to kill, so I'm going to hold off. So anyway, while I'm spectating, look over there. Okay, so it looks like a defender's team on that side. How big? $351,000 and then a $356K Ultron team. So I feel like I should probably get that Ultron team, don't you think? And then the rest of these, you know, I mean, we're probably going to come up just shy. But man, if we can get all these teams in the next 6 minutes, we're going to win this thing. So let's see here. I am gonna feel really bad if I didn't make my 12th attack, because then maybe I could say, yeah, that's on me. Because I know everybody can't make 12 attacks. I just had the luxury of not needing anything from the Blitz store, so I get to buy all the recharges that I want. Because I still do plenty of blitzing, and you know, not as much as I used to when I was building up, but still I do a lot of blitzing, and we didn't use Black Order today. I'm pretty sure I'm down in attack. I'm going to end up on 11. Okay, so we'll start working on them. There's really not a whole lot of good choices here, but I think we probably should get Ultron first. Although with this attack, I like to start on one end and just spread the slows around through the middle. And of course, we're going to do a lot of AE attacks. We're going to kill them all like fairly equally in time. Get Danvers out of here because she sucks. And of course, he's going to taunt. I mean, usually, these days, since his rework, you really have to put Ronin pretty high on your priority list. He's got some good summons, you know, and summoners are even better now than they used to be and all. But with a team like in Humans, where you're just AEing everybody into a fine paste, a couple of summon minions don't make a shit, right? So you don't have to worry about it as much there. So, how's that look, Morty? Can anybody scratch that defenders? If we can just take that defenders, I don't know how JD's going to do against Hydra here. Here's hoping. Give him hell, JD. But I'm seeing the totals jump up on the enemy, so it looks like they're working as well. So yeah, we might be able to pull it off, Nate. If anybody else has any attacks, score where you can. So if anybody else has any energy to spend, man, just hit anywhere you can beat somebody, you know? Yeah, we're just gonna be we're gonna count on Nate Dogg here to regulate. Although if anybody can finish up the charges on this, I appreciate the hustle, JD. So JD surely dropped a charge or two off these guys and softened them up if nothing else. So if anybody has a team they think they can throw against that Hydra, now's the time. 3 minutes left. Like I say, it looks like we're most likely going to be short. They just jumped up another 5 points. But just because we come up short is not a good excuse for not trying. You get yourself in the habit of trying to win, no matter what, and you find yourself in some unlikely wins, and that's how you turn a mediocre season into a good one. So close. I think most of the Mortys that are online are on here. That's good to know, JD. He's probably not in here. I don't know if he's ever been in the stream. Good job, Nate. Good job, Nate. But I think Red Skull did us in. There's 1 minute left. I don't see anybody having the time to finish that. So good job, Morty. Man, we did our best. You know, nothing to complain about. I'm going to go check and see how bad I fucked up. I want to look here and have a look at the participation. And sure enough, yeah, man, I cost myself a fucking attack. I'm so mad. Twerk got 12. Got 12. Smocka got 12. Nate got 12. That was that's some of the most 12s I've seen. JD pulled in 11. And I fucked one up, man. I let my energy fill up. I should have just gone ahead and attacked an easy team. It kills me in my heart to go punch them down 100K on a team with a good team that I'd rather save for later. But I got to use my attacks. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. So maybe I will take credit for this one. This loss is on me, guys. I apologize. 11 attacks is good. I should be making 12. So that's on me. All right. So moving on. Let's get on to our other shit, shall we? Can't let it bother you. We take our rewards and we move on. The truth is, man, I mean, the lost rewards are pretty good too, right? The main thing is that you play. You try hard, you take what you get. That's how sports works. You know, maybe it's a stretch to call this a sport. I don't really mean to imply, but you know, we always try to coach up in that context. So, all right, then we're on to our normal order of business for the morning. So we'll start that out by farming the store, which is like one of the most important things we do every day. Nothing's more important. Watch this timer. Farm that store. Even if you don't need things, the real trick is anticipating. You know, look at the character list. Think about what characters you're going to be moving on to next. Keep an eye on that character list. If you're less than 100 or something and you're going to need it on your next round of upgrades, then go ahead and pick it up. Try to anticipate, you know. Adamantium, I will not, you know, half these characters is going to be forever before I raise them. Ultron is already maxed, so I don't feel like I need any Adamantium. I'm good on that, right? But other than that, nothing special there. We'll definitely take the superior basic catalysts. Yeah, we're capped on all the war stuff. See, and there's nothing really good. I could buy Blitz orbs, right, and get a little gold out of them. That would be a source of gold for me, right? And you know, if this 100,000 Blitz credits turns into 200,000, then maybe I'll go ahead and blow 100 grand, right? 100,000 Blitz credits to get myself some gold. There's really no character shards or gear I'm gonna get out of those orbs that I'm that concerned about, and I don't need any of these characters. I got all these characters at 7-star, so at that point it kind of frees you up to be, you know, to be a regulator in war, right? You get to buy up all the refills and boosts that you can manage, and that's an in-game situation you can look forward to. So let's see. Anyway, I think I might need glyphs. No, I'm good on glyphs. So moving on, we certainly don't need any of these characters either. But if we're 25 short. Okay, so we can't get an orb either. So moving on from that, we got enough now to get a gear orb, which is the main thing we like to get out of the war. Love it. Just all the T4 gear I can accumulate, the better. And then we're gonna farm this store as well, because now we have 5,000 credits, and that's pretty valuable. So we want those. We do want these. I saw several 7 red star characters who have not been finished on that list. So let's see here. We're probably going to need some vibranium. Stadiums full of vibranium in the land. All right, now. Okay, so that's all. Yeah, let's see now. probably should just be spending them all on Elite Fours. We're pretty close to those. Mordo's a thought, but no, I think we're holding out for somebody else. So let's see what we get. Come on, let's get a 4-star domino. What do you say? Come on. What do you say? Nah, you're not gonna cooperate? Not gonna cooperate? Nowhere near a 5, so that was that. Off we go. So we're going back in again because we never did any refreshes. And I need some bone marrow. And I definitely need those Alpha Flight ciphers. Yes. Yes. We're out of cores. We're gonna need some cores. Tempting, but I think I'd rather save them. We'll take that. We need to get to 300. How bad do we need these? Could use them. We could use them. Alright, so that's all the damage we're doing in the store this morning. Oh, wait a minute. We'll do another refresh on the main store. I really want to see those syringes, yes. I really want to see flight recorders and bone marrows is what we really need. Also, we need cores. Haven't had to buy an allotment this week, so we'll pick up another one. If you're gonna buy them, always buy them at the best rate, right? Just efficiency, right? It'll take us forever to burn up those 8,000 cores. I mean, maybe not forever, but it'll take a while. So buying them at the maximum efficiency is just the way to go. It's not like we're gonna stop playing the game in a couple of days and that was a waste, right? Like, we're gonna be around, so we're gonna have. It's best to have them, and then we're still got 400 to 500 coming in a day from Arena. So that's how you keep the old total going. That's the pay-to-play model. I'd rather go back to paying $15 a month to playing an MMO where we're all on relatively even footing, right? And it's just all about how well you build your character. I miss those days. I don't want to play WoW. And it's the only big active, like really engaging one right now. I'm hopeful for a PvP-centric MMO in the future. That would be the kind of thing that would probably pull me off this mobile game to go try. There's a strong draw, especially if I'm going to try streaming like this. There's a very strong draw into getting in a game on the ground floor. You know what I mean? Yes, I am aware. I was just informed that an enemy war room has been unlocked. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Way to go, phone. Fantastic alerts. Okay, so as I recall, there was an energy offer here that we were saving for morning. $10 for 1,000 energy. Can't beat that with a stick. I mean, I think Endless Energy is a better rate, but see, Endless Energy is like once a month, I think, something to that effect. So you can't really count on it to be around a lot. Mostly I see energy, I buy energy. Give it to me, right? That's just been my philosophy the whole time I've played this game, right? I'm not buying all this shit. I'm not putting money in any of that. Even though if you're trying to raise your, if you're trying to get a Phoenix raised up pretty quick, I mean, and you don't have the shit, $5, $5 ain't much to you. That's probably worth it. But for me, that's just going to be a hard pass. And I know there's probably a mixed energy bundle down here. Here we go. So that's going to wrap that up. We don't need any more offers. We'll go ahead and open our orbs. And we'll see about spending some energy once we go through our daily buy. Hut ball. Oh, the hut ball that Twerp and I have played in various configurations on every side of the war. We've played Republic, we've played Empire. He's been the healer, and I've been the healer. We've done it all. We swapped when we went from Republic to Empire. We swapped, and he went DPS and I went heals, and it was fun. It was a fun experience all around. Hut ball in itself is probably one of the best MMO PvP modes I've played. It's just a little more than a basic deathmatch. It's way more than a basic deathmatch, and there are death traps, which is even better. And yeah. And there's all these great effects where you can push or pull characters, you know, with the Force, and even with like tether lines and shit other classes have. So you can pull people into traps, which is probably Twerp's favorite thing to do ever. I'd be like, hey dude, we're trying to run the ball, and he'd be like, hold on, you know, and he'd pull somebody into a fire trap before we leave. And it was a lot of fun, I gotta admit. That was a great game mode. It still is. So anyway, like every day, we're going to buy up all the 50s. And we're going to buy up the 100s. And that comes out to 600 cores. But in truth, what I'm spending is 100 cores a day, because I'm counting on getting #1 in the arena. So at 100 cores a day, an 8,000 core buy, even using some for some refreshes and shit like that, it tends to last a while, right? If not a month, then close to it, right, for me. So, you know, that's pretty much the gist of my whaliness. That's how it goes. Here lately, as I've gotten more and more advanced in the game, I get more and more tempted to buy the new hotness characters, right? And I'm worried that might even get worse now that I'm running a stream. But I mean, I'm not hurting myself financially, so it's whatever, man. It's just a few less days eating out for the month. And I probably eat out way too much, you know, as you can probably tell. So let's see here. Where are we spending these points? Corvus is tied up now on mini uniques, so there's really not a lot we can do for him or Captain Marvel. So I guess we should, let's see if there's anything we can do for Domino. We're taking her. I mean, her issue right now really is not gear. Her issue right now is stars. But 50K is still pretty respectable. I still deeply regret that accidental purchase of that basic attack. Okay. My favorite restaurant? Shit, like of all time? That would be difficult to nail down. Usually at any one time, there's a small, I love Mexican food, right? And at any one time, typically, there's a small taqueria in my area that I'm enamored with. Almost always. I'm not a 30-cent taco guy like Christian here. You know, he's all about the cheap late night tacos, and I dig it, man. I dig it. But me, you know, no, I want some good quality Mexican food. I mean, you know, as far as it goes. I mean, I grew up on Tex-Mex in South Texas, so I've always had a soft spot in my heart for it. And wherever the Mexican people go in my city to eat is typically where I try to go. You know, any place that you can go and sit down and see Mexican families and young Mexican workers sitting around having a meal that doesn't look anything like anything you've ever bought at a Mexican restaurant. That's the restaurant I want to go to. Usually it's just referred to as a taqueria, and it's a little hole in the wall place. And I do get the same foods that you'll get in like a Mexican American restaurant, right? I'm buying burritos. I'm buying, I'm pretty big fan of chalupas, things like that. And I love fish tacos, right? Particularly grilled fish. None of that fried breaded shit. I don't want that. I mean, that's good too. Don't get me wrong. I love fried breaded shit. I'm Southern, but yeah, no. I love me some good Mexican food. So right now, there's a little place right around the corner from the plant that I'm pretty happy about. I go there a lot. But if you want to know, like my more recent favorite place really is there's this little seafood joint down the road from me called Seafood Lady, right? It was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives at one point. And I grew up on the Tennessee River in North Alabama. And there's a lot of days that we just wouldn't eat if we didn't catch some fish. And we caught a lot of fish out by Wilson Dam. And so I ate a lot of catfish growing up. And then there's this spot in town called Newburn's that everybody goes to. That it's a cafeteria that serves great catfish. And so I kind of always have had catfish has always been one of my favorite seafood meals. I just love some fried catfish. And this place, Seafood Lady down the road, has got some catfish that it tastes like they marinated in a gigantic vat of butter, really. I mean, and you can feel it clogging your arteries while you eat it, but you just don't care, right? You just push on because it's so fantastic. It's so good. So yeah, and then some like seasoned Cajun fries to go with it. Oh, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. So that's probably one of my favorites lately. On the whole, I'd say Mexican food as a whole is my number one favorite type of dine out fare. But yeah, Seafood Lady. I'll say Seafood Lady is my favorite restaurant right now. I probably don't eat there as often as I go to Mexican food because I would clog my arteries up, But I try to go to Mexican food and get some fish tacos. It's a little healthier, But that's the best answer I can give you. Where do we need to spend this energy? We got a lot available we could put all over the place. We could just approach it by team, but really I want to look into getting characters to Gear Tier 14 so that I can use them in Dark Dimension 3. Black Panther, I kind of missed the boat on him. I was trying to get him ready for the Global, but now I'm almost ready. I'm almost done with Global now, so I really need to be focusing on Cosmic characters. So we're done. I'd like to finish off these two as Cosmics. We've already got Thanos and a few others done. Where'd she go? Proxima Midnight is Gear Tier 14. So let's see what else we got for Cosmic. We'll do it that way. You're up really early, by the way, Twerp. Appreciate you getting up to help with the war. You probably should go get some sleep, man. It's over. All right, let's see now. Ebony Maw, we got him to 14 as well. So really, I think at this point, Corvus and Call Obsidian are the only Black Order that I don't have at Gear 14. Who else we got on this list? Is Black Bolt Cosmic? Oh, that's fantastic because I've already got him done. Okay, yeah. What? Of course, he's the King of the Moon. Why the fuck wouldn't I think of that? He's the King of the Moon. Okay. Heimdall might be, he's a 7 red star. That might be a pretty decent DPS to just plug in. But I don't want to run him away from his team and get him out of whack, Whereas here with the old Black Order, we're kind of raising them together. So we're just going to start farming up some stuff to get a piece on Cull and just basically the in general catalyst that we need fuckloads of for everything. It's so annoying. But I mean, it makes sense. If they don't gate my progress to some degree, I'm going to run away to the end of this thing and then get bored and move on, right? That's the way gaming works, right? How these guys with, what's the top guy got now? What's Disinfected at? All right, wrong button. Because I'm 10 million, right? Moving on up, right? I'm already at 10.1. So at that rate, in another month or so, I'll be 11 million. And it's probably going to be a faster rate than that because I'm going to be adding a few more characters in the coming weeks. Still around 81, 82. But Disinfectant at 12 million, right? So many of my characters are at or near max that I mean, it blows my mind to think about how many Gear Tier 14 capped out characters this guy must have to have 12 million TCP. It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. So anyway, moving on. Back to our cosmic roster. Now I'm hungry. So we'll come back to that. We might farm. We might refresh and farm some of those later. But I know we got more to do. It's just we're not getting there today on that. We're gonna get 300 today on the old basic catalyst. It looks like. And we might farm 2 rounds, maybe even 3 rounds of those. Because yeah, that's 315 of them, but it's gonna be 15 pretty shortly. Never can get enough of these things, man. They gated me in Tier 3, and they're gating me now in Tier 4. Now, let's go do one more round of basics. At least. I might do the hundreds too, since we just re-upped. At least one round of 100s. I'd like to get 2 more pieces of gear by the end of the week. Not just 1. But 2, because I have ambitions. Okay, go back to the resistance catalyst. And then that's, now we're not going to chase coal any farther than that. So what we'll do is we'll back out and we'll just farm some catalysts that we know if we don't need right now, we're going to need, on the next piece of gear too. So we'll jump over to campaign. And starting for the Nexus, we'll work back and just see what gear pieces we need, right? Like we've only got about 1 geared piece worth of those. Also, we also need these unstable molecules, right? So we're going to go ahead and farm those up. Not terrible, not terrible. We definitely need damage catalysts. We just blew all of ours. All right, or we're about to on Corvus, at least. We'll get some heal catalysts and hopefully some skill gear. Yep, there we go, there we go. And see, we just use those. We just that one I don't need so much. That one either. So let's peel back and go to villains and see what we got here. Yeah, we're okay on cases. So let's keep browsing. I need the dossiers that don't need the shields. I don't think I do. I've had a big supply last I looked. Yeah, there we go. Still got tons of armor catalysts. You only need like 1 per character, right? So that, you're just not blowing out as many of those. We don't need that. That's not terrible. We might come back to that. Now let's do these damage catalysts right here. Up. We only got 30 left. I'm not buying any more. No. So we'll just spend our 30, and then we'll revisit that after lunch. Okay. So energy's done. Got our campaign missions done. How are we looking arena? Still at third. Still at third. I'm content to sit right there. I'm not looking to get out of there. You know, I theoretically I really only need to make the one attack today to get my daily reward. Because even if you don't make 2 attacks, if the one attack you make gets you to number 1, it gives you credit and you're over with. So we're just gonna let that sit for right now because we got a lot of other shit to do. And I'd like to wrap this up in enough time before I go to work that I can take this computer apart, take the graphics card out of it, test that graphics card in my new tower, so that I can verify that I have a bad graphics card. So then I can send that sumbitch back to the manufacturer and get my money back. But I can also order a new one and get it on the way here. Because that's what it's looking like. As I've gotten this whole thing together, and I got a faulty graphic card in the mail, and that's what's holding up my build, pretty much. At very least, that's what troubleshooting is indicating. I'm getting a VGA error on the motherboard. Everything else is posting fine. I got no signal to the monitor whatsoever. So, you know, I'm not really a tech guy. I'm a mechanical guy, right? But that indicates to me that I've either got a power issue on that graphics card itself, which I don't think I do, right? The power cables, like, there's really no way to fuck them up, right? They only plug into the places that they're meant to go, and everywhere else they won't fit. So I have all the power cables in and looking nice, actually. I was pretty proud of my cabling job. So if it's not the power cabling, then it's a bad graphics card. So that's kind of where I'm at. And that makes sense, man. They manufacture, you know, thousands of those things, and they're only doing quality control on like maybe 10 out of every 1,000. Plenty, you know, that's just sort of how business works. Plenty get missed, and I'll just have to send it back to the manufacturer in the mail. Unfortunately, it's been 30 days, so I can't send it back to Amazon. But I can send it back to the manufacturer, and they usually are slower in responding, but I can get my money back. The trick there is you don't send a part back to the manufacturer and ask them, you know, to send you another one or anything like that. Yeah, I got an 850 watt power supply. I'm pretty good on that. I mean, I think the only thing I could have upscaled to was a 1,000, and I mean, everything that I was looking at was telling me in videos that a 1,000 power supply is kind of an overreach for any build. You don't really need that much. So I didn't spring for that because I went pretty high on the motherboard and I went pretty high on the graphics card. So I didn't want to go crazy buying everything. So let's see, where are we at here? Raid Blitz donation. Okay. We already did challenges. I must have slept walked through that. I don't even remember it. Okay. So let's do the Alliance donation, and I will stop ignoring Baxos and do the same on him right now, just to be sure I don't forget it. Or he's being informed that we lost the war, but he knows. He knows. Okay. What's he got left to do over here? Arena Blitz donation. All right, everything. So, how did we do yesterday? You know, we had like 3 people not even join the raids. Like, what's going on, Morty? I don't want to get back to having to cut people. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, now possibly I'm wrong, and maybe I don't have enough watts on the power supply, because I did buy a lot of really high-end equipment, the gear, the pieces to put in this thing, and so maybe I have taxed the power supply. I don't know, because the motherboard needs a few more power cables than your average motherboard, and of course, you got 2 going to the graphics card. So maybe I don't know. If I put another graphics card in it that I know works, and it still gives me that VGA error, then yeah, that's probably the next place I'm going to look at. I'm going to upgrade the power supply. I got a buddy of mine that I was working on it with last weekend, and I say he's a buddy of mine, but truthfully, I got introduced to him last Saturday or whatever. He's like, I've met his wife several times, but I've never met him. But he's big into this. It's a big hobby of his. Nice guy, and so he came over, and me and him, we kind of struck up a friendship, and we worked on that. So we've been corresponding back and forth because he does know a little more about this shit than me, and more than likely, what he's going to do is bring his rig over this weekend. If I can't get it figured out before that, he'll bring his rig over this weekend. And since we know all his parts are good, we'll start swapping a few things in to troubleshoot. And he's got a power supply that we can try, and he's got. I don't think it's a bad power supply because everything else is powered up fine. So it's sort of indicative that it's probably the graphics card. I'm hoping be something easy to swap out. Right? I don't want to have to take this thing all the way down, to an empty case again. I've done that twice, trying to make sure, I thought, well, okay, we screwed it up, it's not working, we're going to tear it all down and do it all again and see what we, and that didn't work. When that didn't work, that was pretty deflating. So, anyway, we're done. We need to do blitzes, although I don't give a damn about this blitz. We're going to go ahead and do 2 blitzes to knock out the daily. And I need to do a couple on Baxos as well. So we'll get into both of these at the same time. Let's test the same team. Well, let's change this up a little bit, honestly. Even though Storm has an X-Force tag and Summers doesn't, I feel like I got more out of Summers yesterday. So I'm going to ditch Storm. I really feel like she's really at her best during raids and not at her best the rest of the time. It's such a slow build up, to get her to the level where she's really kicking ass that you don't get there in a 5v5 very often, and I don't consider her a very strong character in that context. So I'm gonna grab Colossus because I felt like we were getting DPS down a lot, and I want to get some taunting going on. And I'm probably gonna, we're gonna swap out Cable and Domino here. So we'll put Domino center stage. But I think of these characters I'd want maybe Cable, maybe more Deadpool. Maybe Deadpool's the guy to go. But Deadpool is definitely the guy to put there. So anyway, let's go down here. We're gonna grab Domino. She's down here around 49k. There she is. And then we'll grab Cable and we'll put him in that spot. He's going to be up here a bit because we pulled a 5th red star on him. Yeah. So he is definitely going to be my strongest X-Force guy at the moment. At the moment, I'm planning on putting some love into Deadpool. He's looking pretty good. He's going to be looking pretty good. So, okay. Here we go. 350k. Let's do a few blitzes. We'll get our daily done, and we'll see. I want to test these guys against various compositions. So, okay, that's nothing. That's mostly a Marauder team. That might be a good choice. Now, let's do another Defender. Let's see how we do. I've been beating Defenders, but barely. Let's see how we do with the tank. Defenders is a pretty good baseline team, right? Everybody's fucking got one. Everybody's got one. All right, let's see here. Okay. So I need to be setting up a blitz for Baxos as well. Thankfully, no timers on blitz. Let me just get him going and get him auto playing. All right, so let's slow this down so we can see some cool animations in the morning. So this is going to put a disrupted on the person that she shoots, and the only one that does any self-buffing, as I recall, is Luke Cage. So we're going to go ahead and start by shooting Luke. Now that rebounded the way we did not want it to go, so we only hit 2 people. That's regrettable. Probably the best, most efficient way to do it is always to try to attack somebody on the end. But I just, I don't think that disrupted's even going to last long enough, to be honest, to prevent him from taunting, because he's going to taunt a couple turns in. But it will prevent him from putting a defense up on himself. Okay, so I'm glad to see that they're aiming everything at Colossus. Nice punch, JJ. Alright, so the rhythm now with Cable is going to be that you fire this basic to charge him, and then once you're charged, you fire off this special right here. Because with it, when it's charged, it clears positive effects and it hits a lot. So that's what you want to do there. That's going to be probably your best course of action from now on. It's going to be the rhythm of the new Cable. And so we're gonna go throw the basic attack out and charge him up, and save that special for next turn. I love that dodge that Domino does. That's incredible. All right. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead. And since we're not waiting on Phoenix to die, we're going to go ahead and taunt with Peter. And I don't want, now that I'm looking at this, I don't want to hit Iron Fist with this special, because it's probably going to strip his taunt. And then right after that, Nick's going to taunt, or Luke's going to taunt. So let's go ahead and hit him with this ultimate, and hell, maybe we get lucky and these guys will kill him. Nah, the defense up saved him. But he's coming at us with the fist. So, I mean, I think he's pretty well dead at this point. So this is an attack that's going to attack the most injured enemy anyway, so this is going to finish him off. There's no negative effects for us to move to Deadpool, so that part of the ability doesn't matter here. In fact, the most important part of this is going to be this badass animation, to be quite honest. Block kind of it with Deadpool there. Wasn't a great camera angle, but still, love it. That's hilarious. Love the fucking hacky sack. Kudos to Fox Next. And then, of course, this ought to probably get our healer off the board. Can't get enough of that animation. Oh, Deadpool's the best. Alright, so let's see here. We're going to move our focus on the Punisher. We're just going to kill everybody if we can. Oh, man, nobody died from that. Okay. Well, Cyclops is in trouble. He's in trouble. He's passing out that energy. We gotta get Punisher out of here, all these free attacks. Oh. Nice. Also nice. Okay, so either one of these, Daredevil and JJ are both valid targets at this point. JJ just used her ability energy. I think that's the one. That's the one I would most want to prevent her from doing. So since she just used it, we're not likely to see it again for a while. We're gonna go ahead and speed up to ×3 speed here. We're gonna go ahead and try to get rid of Daredevil then, because he's doing the most deeps. So we're charged up on Cable. So this is where we're gonna go ahead and strip this up. Fucking he dodges it. Of course he dodges it. Come on, Maddie, cooperate. Now there was a good example. I wish we had been in ×1 speed for that. So, Deadpool has a good chance of reviving himself anyway. But it's pretty good when he has Domino on the team. And if I can get a level 6 pattern or whatever, max out his passive, then it becomes 100%, and he gets 80% life when he comes back. So that's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. That's like the Coulson medic thing, but even better. So we definitely want to incorporate that into this team. Charge him up. There we go. And then this should just be routine. All right. Now let's see who else we got. You got a BKT, pretty much a classic BKT. We got hybrid. That's crap. Another hybrid. That's crap. So we'll go after the BKT. We'll see how they do against BKT. Now, of course, we're not really getting an accurate assessment of the X-Force performance because we don't have all the X-Force. We're really just putting an X-ish team out there, and then we got 3 of the 5, so we're just putting an X-type team out there, and just seeing how they do. Mostly just to kind of see the interplay between Cable, Deadpool, and Domino. Because really, honestly, that's going to be my best indication of how effective they are, and should I be concerned about investing in the other 2. So let's see here. I'm going to disrupt Thanos. Ouch. Oh, that hurt. Wow. Okay, I got the double whammy. This team has no method of... We're going to get our ass kicked, is what's going to happen here. This team has no method of resurrection except for self-reses. So that's going to help. We can get a taunt on Minerva. That's what we really need. So hopefully this kills her. Man, I'm in trouble. Man, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. Damn, we're in a tight spot. Okay, so who do I want to strip the buffs off of? I kind of just want to hit Rocket. I'll take his buffs off. Was he blinded? He was fucking blinded. I'm blind myself. Okay, so not so good with the punch up on BKT. But we can't judge the team. So that was all we needed, was a couple. That got our daily done. As we get Domino a little stronger, and especially as we start getting into the newer characters and start putting the entire team together, I'll start doing some showcase videos for the X-Force, and we'll get a good idea of what they're about. Alright, so looking over here, picking up some rewards on Baxos. I'm going to bring him in to do some raids with us because I'm pretty sure that's our next course of action. Yeah, because we're holding off on Arena, so pretty much raids is all we've got left to do now. So I'm just cleaning up the Baxos account here, and then jumping in as well. All right. So let's see here. We've got more energy on the Gamma, so let's go ahead and start with it. Smocking and Nate. No, I'm kidding. I really would. I'd love for y'all to win. I want to place high. Don't get me wrong. I do want rewards, but a little catch up for everybody wouldn't be bad. All right, so this is where we start leapfrogging down this mutant lane. And at this point, I'm pretty sure Baxos has no juice left. But I'm going to look. And I'll swap you over to him real quick while we do that. Okay. So let's see if we have any heals on him. Yeah, we could probably get away with that. And let's see if his mutants here, if his Brotherhood has enough juice to clear another node. We have to do one at a time right here because we got two guys going leapfrogging down the same lane. But since both guys are me, it's pretty easy. So we're going to let Maxos take the lead and try to clear as many of the earlier nodes as he can so that we can come in and clean up with Vac and try to push toward the end later. So let's see here. I got nothing available so far as the big whammy because they just came out of a fight. So I'm going to disrupt that guy and hope that he can't taunt and start working some of these weaker characters. All right. So Bullseye does a lot of damage, right? You can't take that away from Bullseye. But you can do that to him. You know, if you get a chance to put some attention on him, he's gone and he doesn't get to do shit. You know what I mean? At that point, his damage equals 0. That's why Bullseye is such a weak character. You know, everybody expects high damage characters to be paper tigers, you know, of a sort, right? Glass cannon, some people might say. But that dude's really glassy, man. That dude's like super glassy. So anyway, yeah, we're going to go ahead and focus here on some of their better damage dealers. I'm going to put this on auto. Super glassy. Oh. Hilarious. Brotherhood getting nicked by their own wombo combo. Well, it's pretty much what's happening here. Oh. Trying to both kill Magneto and maximize the number of targets that I'm hitting. And looking good. Looking good. We still got another drop of enemies to clear. But we might pull this off. We still got all 5 up. They don't have any way to heal and they're pretty dinged up. But there's only going to be 3 of these guys to deal with. If we can bang Pyro out of here pretty quick, then yeah, we got a good shot at this. Which is good because I don't want to have to 2-tap this node. I would like to end this node completed with his banged up Brotherhood going to sit on the bench afterwards, and we'll throw whatever mutants he's got left at the next node, and that's probably going to tap him out. And then after that, we'll have to move on with back. So, oh, look at this! We're gonna wombo you up again. Hello. Okay, there we go. That was pretty much exactly what we were looking for. I'm going to stand up, stretch my legs. There we go. I haven't gotten good enough to run that little control panel without looking at it. Okay, so we're going to just adjust my monitor tilt a little bit. All right. It's just you, me, and Reservoir Dogs. So let's do this thing. All right. Baxos. Let me verify we're still looking at Baxos. Yeah, Baxos. He doesn't have an X-Men team. He doesn't have much of a Mercs team. So we're just going to throw his 5 best characters at this. We'll put Sabretooth back in it. Korath. Deadpool. And yes, Psylocke. They're probably not going to clear this node. But I want to get a little more damage on him, right? Just soften the node up, I guess. It's not really necessary with VAC, but, you know, the typical methodology is to do everything you can, right? No need to half-ass something. Just because we know we're going to lose doesn't mean it's not worth doing. Okay. Yeah, Juggernaut's not going to let it happen, but Pyro's who we really want to get out of there. There we go. Deadpool and his beautiful attack lowest held target ability helped us out with that. All right. Yeah. Knew it was happening, right? We knew that was coming. You could tell that at the character select screen. But they killed 2 of those characters. And we're going to see what else he's got here that we can throw into the Gristle Mill. So yeah, we'll go ahead and Storm, Bullseye, Killmonger. We'll throw Riot Guard out there to tank for him. Soldier? No. We're going to take Lieutenant. Who's barely been raised on this account. I don't know what to tell you. There's been other priorities. I don't know what to tell you, man. Ugh. So he is going to get to pass those buffs around, which is basically the only reason he's here. Let's get that taunt going, because that's going to be pretty critical here. It's going to buy us a turn or 2 to do some damage. Hopefully 2, because I'm going to charge Storm twice. All right, let's see here. Hit point wall is going to get in our way. There comes the next drop. We didn't need that. Ugh. So now, but that does give more targets for this. Not that that did appreciable damage. It really didn't. Still worth doing. You know, if I was a young, free-to-play player, and this was, you know, this was all the contribution that I was giving to the Alliance, then it's worth doing this. Number one, it's worth doing this from my perspective as a free-to-play player because it ups my damage total and ups my likelihood of receiving a better reward. And then for the, you know, from the perspective of the Alliance, it's not really applicable this time, but it softens up the node for the next guy to come in who might be close to tapped himself. In this case, no, Vac's going to be able to clear the shit okay, but, you know, that was not a given coming in. So, yeah, the rest of these characters are so fucking weak, we're just going to, they're not even worth it. We'll save those 15 energy. This raid is going to be over in 8 hours, so, yeah. That's about all the damage. But that brought him up to number 4, which is pretty high waters for that guy. So, yeah, looking good. Deep waters, I guess. Yeah, I mean to say. We'll just knock out this real quick. And we will turn it over to Vacalac. All right. So we'll pick up the ball and we'll run with it. And we'll pull out my Brotherhood. We don't really... That doesn't look like the team to use. There we go. That looks better. Yeah. So I got a lot on my plate right now, you know, working a 40-hour week. I've added it to my plate. It's not like somebody threw it on me. But, yeah, I still got that computer to fix. I need to do some troubleshooting on that. But I also need to download and buy and download, in that order. I need to buy and download Photoshop and kind of learn how to use it. Because I'd like to do a showcase video for Domino and maybe even some other X-Force. And, you know, part of that's going to be a decent looking thumbnail. So I need to give myself a crash course in that. There's just no time. There's just no time. And, you know, it's real easy to just say, well, just take a day off streaming. And I could do that. But I would also have to take a day off from playing Marvel Strike Force. I'm basically just pointing a camera at me while I play Marvel Strike Force. I'm not really playing that much slower because of the stream. So basically, I mean, this is just my time investment in this game right now. I'm just pointing the camera at it, and I don't want to fall back in the game. That doesn't seem like that would be a good move, neither for the stream nor just for my own entertainment. So, man, I'm so glad that my blob did not kill my pyro. But certainly put Pyro in trouble. Alright, so we gotta get that Magneto out of there. ASAP. Bad time for that taunt. Well, yeah, there we go. We're screwed. I think we'll still pull it out. We're gonna drop out of auto here. Alright. Again, we're going to hit this glass cannon bullseye before he can do any more damage. We just throw the basic out there with him because he's blinded. Alright, thankfully he's standing next. Oh, it didn't hit him. Oh, there we go. It did hit him. Okay. Alright. Thankfully he was standing next to our target. So, hanging in there. You ain't got any choice. You gotta take this taunt away. And we can do it like this. there we go. Happened to kill him also, so you know, double duty. There's another bullseye. So let's before he pulls his pistol out and shoots somebody, let's go ahead and hit the old glass cannon. We'll bring them all together. Kumbaya. So we lost Pyro, but we're at the end of this, and I'm only going to use these guys for the one node, so it's going to be fine. It's no big deal. I can transition to Mercs or X-Men. And let's see now. Which one would be better for this boss, you wonder? Let's go X-Men. Let's go X-Men. And that's both a declaration and a cheer, I suppose. Let's go X-Men. All right. If we can get them loaded up. There we go. There we go. I'm probably going to get ding-dong copyright now. They're going to be like, motherfucker, you whistled a copyrighted song. We're banning you from YouTube for life. And I'm going to be like, hello, Twitch. Be right back. Oh, that would suck to get banned from YouTube for life, because I am first and foremost a YouTube consumer. No doubt about it. Let's attack Fury. What do you say? Oh, hell, let's attack Captain Marvel before she heals. And now let's attack everybody. All right, looking good. There we go. Ooh. And that's that. That wasn't so bad. Alright, so what do we got here? Kree, Spider-Verse, or Guardians? Well, that's not a hard choice for me. In a raid situation, that's Spider-Verse. I got a better Kree team than most, but they're not a great raid team. They got a good Guardians, they can probably get the job done too. Right? Here they are. But when it comes to raids, man, Spider-Verse is the new hotness. Especially, well, specifically the symbiotes. And They are pretty reliable, man. You can just watch them work. Look at them. Look at them. Speaking of which, we probably want to be killing their symbiote. Get out of here, Gamora. And that's that. She didn't do that in the movies. Teenage Warhead. She never went running around screaming with flames coming off of her. I might want to save that raid energy for Alt 7. So that's what we'll do. We're just moving on to U7. Let me prep the Baxilax. And no, I don't need to save any energy. Basically, I'm just going to be taking out this node here, the boss node. So yeah, let's jump back over there and buy one more node. Use that raid energy. I think we got it out of one of those energy bundles that we bought, right? Because I never really pursue raid energy. I've been sleepwalking through raids for a year now. Sometimes I get a bunch of it out of a bundle, so I'll just clear my node in one shot or clear my lane in one shot. But that's only every now and then. That's like basically that endless energy bundle every month. And that's about it. We'll see now. There's no reason I can't get Baxos moving over here though. So let's let the symbiotes do it one more time. We'll start with Star-Lord over here, go to Star-Lord over there, and then we'll go to Carnage, who's dangerous with the bleeds. But I do want to get rid of all this energy generation. Alright, now we can get Carnage. After that, probably Green Goblin. Nope, the other Carnage that just dropped in. Honestly, target selection is probably not even strictly necessary with this team right now, but it never hurts. Over here trying to clear one more U7 node with Baxos. Inches us toward that 60% mark. Yeah, we can get one more. Huh. Accidentally clicked that. I didn't even know you could click those and it would show it to you. Good to know. All right, here we go. Everybody dodges, but we got that out of the way. And now we can do this. You're not even looking at the screen I'm looking at, sorry. You are looking at back. Here we go. Yeesh. It's tough sledding over here. Alas, poor Baxos. We knew him well. That's what I was hoping for. Yeah, now we're getting into spinning cores, and yeah, we're good on that. So we go back to Ultimate 7 now, and we're going to knock that out. Have that done for the morning. I'm still thinking about food. Twerpy got me hungry earlier. And so yeah, let's go ahead and take out this Ultimate's boss node. Need to do a little healing. Not too much. Let's go right at the big guy. This has at times been a node I've had to 2-tap. Because they are gonna taunt around, keep drawing your attention away from them. Danvers is gonna continue to do good damage, as is this Gamora here. The hope is you can keep throwing your DPS at the big guy, and enough of the splash damage will hit on everybody else to pretty much take them out, except Captain Marvel, right? She's going to just heal herself 20% every damn turn. So you really got to focus her to get her down, and she's certainly target number 2 in this situation. Followed by a quick shot on Rocket. And it would be Ronin, but Rocket's way easier to kill. So we get Rocket down, then we move over to Ronin. And then we're getting taunted. Nothing we can do about it, but I think Noble will be the one we want to kill next. And Black Bolt's on it. He's got that shit under control. Probably gonna get. We probably ought to go ahead. He's probably gonna open with his ultimate, so I might have 2 turns to kill him. So let's go ahead and try to kill Falcon here before he starts jacking speed bars. Like, I don't even care about his ultimate. Like, it'll hurt because we got a lot of buffs up. He's going to get a lot of free attacks. Nah, he didn't have the energy for it. So now we're screwed. They're going to start attacking like a mofo. I mean, I don't think we're screwed. We're going to take this node down. It looks like in one shot. Feeling pretty good about it. Yeah, we're hanging in there. Thought we were going to lose Ultron earlier. New raccoon, we got to kill that raccoon. And always count on Black Bolt to clean shit up. He's so tidy. He's so tidy. He should have a bald head and a little earring on. Because he's Mr. Clean. So yeah, that's all. I thought maybe we'd have to two-shot that, but no, we did it right through it today. So now we can just start accumulating energy for the next one in a couple of hours. So that, let's see here, we got 20 energy to spend. Not really anything specific to spend it on. So we'll go back to where we were. After that, let's see, let's take a quick look at daily objectives. The arena we're going to do later. So, it's Dark Dimension 3 time. Who wants to get our daily dose of pain and anguish, huh? Who wants to get kicked in the teeth? Let's go do it twice. Wait, wrong button. Let's go do that shit twice. I need to spend Baxos' energy. Got farming to do. Don't think he's gonna make it on getting a Phoenix today or this round. But you far from it. I mean, kind of far from it. But he'll get 6, maybe even 7 next time. Probably 6. So, we are just wrapping up I think the next to last global node is I believe is what it is. And then it's into the cosmic phase, which I'm somewhat prepared for. I'm not sure it's the best team. I'm just trying to get the best characters that I can to 14, because that's helpful in every other game mode. And then after that, you know, we can start getting wonky. But we get the best characters to 14, throw them in there, and basically my strategy is just try to do as much damage as you can before you die. That's my DD3 strategy. So I don't even worry too much about defense. Like,
I've been bringing Nick Fury in there to just kind of throw defense up on people. That's somewhat helpful, but it seems like Yo-Yo is mitigating the most damage by far. She goes down and then it's over. It's like we die in seconds. So, Yo-Yo is the most important one as far as defense on that. And I think beyond that, it's probably best to take 4 Yo-Yo and 4 offensive characters. It's kind of the way I'm thinking that this place should be approached. I've gone in with a full heavy defense team. It just, they don't hold up. Nothing holds up. I don't think there's any character in the game, particularly any tank, that has the hit points and the armor to do their job against these NPCs that are dropping nuclear fucking bombs on your head. And so I think, just trying to do as much damage as you can, particularly with Phoenix early in the game, or in the mode, particularly with Phoenix. Trying to get as much damage as you can out before you go down every day. It's the name of the game. It's the only option, and it's the best way to win. So, embrace it. Embrace it. So now that we're talking about it, while I'm talking about it, I'm over here spending Baxos' energy, which I'm almost done with. So now that we're done talking about it, let's go take a kick in the teeth. Baxos' aim's getting respectable. Not like his aim, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Alright, so don't autoplay here ever, right? We got 4 guys left on this node. I never summon with Nick Fury in this node, because as soon as I summon, he's probably going to summon a shield tank, and that negates Yo-Yo's mitigation, which means we all die, right? So that summon, Fury maybe in retrospect wasn't the best choice. But here we are. He is useful as I feel a little safer doing this because there's only 4 of them. If there's a full team of them out here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 guys, and you use that Phoenix ability, she'll be dead before she gets anything off, right? Like before anybody comes out of stealth, she'll be dead twice over, right? Like it's just bang, bang, bang. So that you don't want. Let's go ahead and kill Panther. Got our butt. There we go. There we go. My friends, we may survive this. What a singular pleasure. Now, it can take a week or more to clear these nodes, and even spending cores to kind of refresh every day, just at least once, right? It can still take over a week, and shit, I think it took a month on the fucking that 3rd node. So I would like to say that when you finally complete a node, that it's like an elation moment. You're like, yeah, but really that's just not the vibe. That's just not the vibe at all. This mode is brutal. I just want the fucking rewards. I am not entertained by it. I don't understand this game design at all. But I mean, equally, I did not understand a lot of like big PvE raids and games that I played in the past. I never found that very entertaining. But yet there were people that loved it, so I know there's a niche. I'm not trying to poo-poo on anybody's parade. So yeah, it looks like we got one more global, and then we're moving into cosmic. And it looks like that we're gonna get an Elite 5 for completing this node. So I'm looking forward to that. What did we get for that? I didn't even look at the rewards we pulled out of this one. Yeah, we'll probably figure it out when we leave the mode. So let's go ahead and start this next one. we left our team in fairly good shape. We're going to have to heal up a little bit. And when you're using cores, this healing in this mode gets a little pricey, right? Like the number of refreshes it had to take to finish it in one day. My God. How much money that guy spent, I have no idea. And why? I have no idea. Like the rewards for this are good. I want them. I don't really think they're worth that much money. Where they get you is it's such a brutal amount of time to get through all the content that I'm doing 1 or 2 refreshes a day just because I want to get this shit done. I'm sick of doing this every day. Like, it's just that fucking miserable. Like, I love this game. I fucking hate their game design. I don't like what they're doing with the versus mode now, really. Like get the fucking move on. Let's get a mode that people can play, huh? Fuck this testing. Like, y'all should be doing that shit internally. I understand you want to do some big stress tests. I was totally cool with that. Man, what are you guys doing? Alright, so yeah, here, like in this particular juncture, if we stealthed with Phoenix in this particular, point in the match, when we're looking at 8 enemies, like, there's no way, man. By the time, everybody gets stealth for a couple turns, I think one, it's at least one, maybe 2. Yes, 2 turns. By the time those 2 turns are over, and for that whole 2 turns, she's the only one available for all 8 of these fucking guys to attack. She goes down, comes back up, goes right the fuck back down again, and you got no chance of getting your ultimate off. If you leave these other guys up here as kind of cannon fodder, then you got a chance of getting that ultimate off. And you really need that to work through these 45 fucking massive characters that you got to go through to take a node down. So stupid. So stupid. It's fun, boring repetition. That's great. I love that shit. The only fun part is the preparation for it, right? Gearing up the characters, trying to guess who you need, that kind of thing. So what do you think? Who should we clone here? What we got back here? Is that an Iron Man? Yeah, I think Falcon is the clear choice. Because his stats really don't matter when it comes to boosting our speed bar. That's mostly what I want him for. So that's what he's going to do right now. And since he's going to follow that up with another attack, we'll go ahead and... That did jack all nothing. That was weird. Oh yeah, I guess it all got caught by barriers. Okay, so... Man, I'm going to have to do the next node without Yo-Yo. The idea of which just gives me heart palpitations. So still working on their Falcon. Probably all day today and all day tomorrow. Yeah, sounds fun, right? Couple 3 days for one character. Good opportunity to heal right here. But we do have a Yo-Yo in jeopardy, which means we have a team in jeopardy. I'm tempted to maybe go ahead and stealth to save Yo-Yo. Let's do that. No, they're gonna jack us out of stealth. Fucking Falcon, man. He's too good. He's too good. So you see, as soon as Yo-Yo goes down, people just start falling apart, and we're dead. That's the end of that. And we're dead again. There you go. The most damage that we did during that entire fucking fight, the most damage we did was when was when Phoenix spawned into Dark Phoenix, and that's damage they just can't stop, right? And that did more damage than at any other point, and that's sort of the name of the game with there. It's such a brutal exercise. Who thought this was a good idea? So I'm spending more quarters than I want on it today, but I just want to be fucking done with this nonsense. So we're gonna go one more time, and hopefully we're gonna get Phoenix's ultimate off this time. Probably not. You know, I'm not gonna hinge all of my. You know, it's not gonna make or break my day, right? But hopefully we can manage it. That would be helpful at the very least. So, yeah, once again, we need a dead falcon. We've now basically, you know, gotten rid of the barriers, which was eating most of our damage on that last fight. Get the robots in the mix. Hopefully Yo-Yo can avoid going down first. Somebody's usually going down, right? Somebody's going down. But if Yo-Yo can stay up, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. I'm shuddered to think how we're gonna do in Cosmic. All right. Spread around another defense up. We're gonna keep working on Sam. Hopefully they'll kill Phoenix. Blocked. Blaster tank. There we go. That got Phoenix. And here we go. Now we're doing some damage. And see, look at that. Now we did some damage. That did some damage. Hopefully, with this, since we still have this mass of people over here, we can keep that Dark Phoenix alive for one more turn. And it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. And if we can get that off, we'll call that a win. We can get everything off. It's a good day. It's a good day. I don't know if this is going to kill any of them, but we can hope. We can hope. It's going to get them close. It's looking a lot better than when we started. It's looking a lot better than when we started. Now, bear in mind, this cost me a few bucks, and this would for free to play. This would take you 3 days to get this much progress. And there's another 40 some odd fucking characters that are going to drop after this. So it's a process, man. And that's one node of a long chain of nodes. It's so obvious they threw this in just so they could say, well, we got some new content, but they knew it was going to take us for freaking ever. Everybody except guys like Tadano Mac Japan, who did it in one day. But then again, they know they're going to make a huge profit from that guy, which was the motive all along. And I don't begrudge them that. But this approach to it, man. Like this, there's nothing fun about this. There's nothing fun about this, Fox Next. It's just a brutal exercise in frustration day to day for a long period of time, and it feels like you're just judging me. You're gauging whether or not the fuck I'll stick around for this. You know, like they get when you hire in at the automotive manufacturer that I work at, they sit you down and the first day you're there, before they hire you, they sit you down and they make you take a test, right? Like a high school test, right? Like math and no geography or nothing like that. But there's word problems, and you have to do like rows and columns and things of that sort. And there are some, I mean, not hard math, like nothing past algebra, but there's some math on it. And honestly, none of that shit matters for the job. Nothing you're doing in that test has anything to do really with what you're going to do on that job or how good you'll be at it. None of it. All they want to know is a long test, and it takes all day. And all they want to know is, can you sit in one spot for 8 hours and do something boring. That's what they really want to know about you. They don't give a shit about your test score. I mean, they kind of do if you're dumb, you know, they probably don't want you as bad. But still, they really care about, can you come to this place and sit down and focus on something for 8 hours? Because you're going to have to do it for 10 to 12 hours when you're on the assembly line. And it feels like this is what I'm being subjected to here, that they're like, how bad do you want to play this game? Because this is not fun. I'm sorry. The game itself, in its totality, is fun. Looks beautiful. Plays well. You have a good framework here. So why fucking punish me? I don't get it. Anyway. Pretty sure that's going to wrap us up for the morning, guys. That's going to do it. So, thank you, everyone who's been riding along on this particular morning stream. This has been Mortytown TV. My name is Vac. We're playing Marvel Strike Force. And this has been my morning play session. So, thank you for joining me. Thank you for keeping me company. And we'll see you possibly this evening, I think about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, keep gaming, be cool,